Extra, extra, read all about it. One of two communes, whatever is Norwegian, I don't know what the word, but extra, extra, read all about it is the name of the game. This game is from Mayfair, and it's about making best newspaper front page. Also, you can play another scenario with both front and back page. I actually had to buy a newspaper for this because I still don't have this around, never. But okay, I'm going to give you a brief overview of the game and just tell you what it's about, and in the end I'll give you my opinion.
Hello.
Okay, this is the newsroom, news house, whatever. This looks kind of messy right now, but actually it's kind of easy to get an overview. The arrow here shows the process of the newspaper, from getting the stories, from cutting and pasting, and getting photos, and getting interviews, and adding some crosswords, and of course ads and classifieds. So I've been told that this process is actually kind of realistic. This is actually what's going on in the news house. But it's your job to get the best paper. And here's your paper. So each player gets one of these, and you have to fill the tabloid or a Berliner or a spreadsheet with the news articles. Also, there's a double-sided, so you can play with a double-sided newspaper. So this takes longer, of course, but it provides for more choices during the game. You want to fill the paper with the best news stuff, and you do this by going to the editor's desk and buying some stories, which you can then place in your newspaper. Notice you have to play it in the right alignment, so if you don't want a vertical paper, you have to either buy one that is horizontal, or you can spend an action to flip this tile over, which will then make it horizontal. So you want, of course, to get the best, the correct story first, but if you need space for other stuff, you need to reorient it, and that takes an action, of course, but sometimes you just don't want to fill it up fast, you want to fill it up correctly as well, just to make room for the ones you want later. What makes this thing interesting is the worker placement mechanic. So these are fields where you can place your workers all over the board. So I can say I want these two cards. So first we place our meeples, and then we collect the meeples when everybody's ready. But before I can get him back, the other players have to place their meeples, of course. So black maybe want to have this space. It is not first serve, first come, so the first player doesn't really have that best of a choice, just goes free. But black can just pay 100 and kick out yellow. But then later, yellow may buy himself back, like so. Or some other player may buy something back there. And then black may push out yellow again with more money and more money. So the more money you have, the more options you'll be able to get with your meeples, because you are limited to those meeples, and maybe you really want those cards. The color of the cards is very important. You need a lot of identical cards like home, 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 or politics, politics, politics. You cannot mix and match to buy the stories. So not only do the cards need to be identical, like so, with 3 reds, but I also need to match the symbols here on the top of the cards with the symbols on the article I want to buy. Also, the number of cards, they will tell me how big of an article I can buy. Like this one is 1, 2, 3 squares. So right now I can choose this or this one. So it's a vertical or horizontal, straight from the desk. I cannot buy this one. So right now I can buy this or this, and this will be replaced with new articles during the game, and they will vary a lot. The money in this game is ridiculous. You have here is a 500, and here is a 100. Let's see. Almost identical, and you won't see the difference when they're in a pile. Just hilarious. Extra, extra, read all about it! Well, there you have it. It's a very simple and basic worker placement game with some set collection in the cards. Also, I didn't mention the cutouts where you can just put together 2 pieces to make a wild card. Anyway, the game is fairly interesting. It is. There is one factor, or 2 factors actually, that really matters in this game. Number of players and what scenario you're playing. If you have too few players, there will be little combat in the game. So with 3 players, I can't see the fun in this game. Also, the boards are double-sided. One side is for 2 to 4 players, the other side is for 5 to 6 players, and they vary on the number of action spaces available. There is a problem with the game, and if you play a scenario that is fast, you won't be able to plan ahead. You just finish your paper fast and you win. If you play a long scenario, the game drags on really long, and yeah, it is interesting on the way, but you will be looking at your watch and just think, how long have I been playing now? Oh, 30 minutes only. Oh, wow. Okay, not that bad. But you get the point. The game can drag if you play a long scenario, and it can be just quickly over in a short scenario. But of course, there are 9 scenarios to choose from, so why not just pick the one that matches you and your group, and you will have fun in this game, absolutely. And the mechanism of pushing out the other players is kind of like Lancaster, which I also have a review on in Norwegian. But I like Lancaster better than this one, for various reasons. But that is my taste, I guess. The game is fine, it is fine, but nothing new is brought to this game. But anyway, that's extra. Read all about it, and yeah, I hope you've got a right impression now if this is a game for you or not. Because for me, it's a small thumbs up. It's a fine game, but it's not a game that I will run out to buy or recommend or anything. But I will play it from now and then. So, okay, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something today. And I hope I see you again in the next episode of Takras Reviews. So, see ya!